Hi, my name is Stephanie Price and I am submitting this video for the application of the Community Success Manager. So what drew me to say yes and to submit an application to potentially join the team is, well, there's two parts to it. The first part is I have a son that is now 2 years old and has really struggled with sleep. Still really struggles with sleep. And I'm the type of person who, when faced with a challenge, I want to understand everything. So I go down the route of learning as much as I can to try and understand what I can do to best support him in a way that feels aligned with how I want to parent and how I want to raise him, or how we want to with my husband as well. So that's how I had come across you, Lindsay, and your wonderful posts and information and guides and everything you've been putting out there. I've absorbed as much as I could and can. So when I saw the role and the opportunity within your team, it felt really aligned with who I am and what I understand, and very much in line with what I was doing pre-maternity leave. So in my previous role, I was contracted to a business coaching program. And within that role, I was taking care of things like accountability calls, looking after the community, looking after the course content, tech support, so on and so forth. So many similarities between the job description and what you're looking for. So when I came across the call for a team member on social media, it felt very true and very aligned for me and for my experience and for what I know. And then plus it's in an industry that I'm finding really interesting and really sort of diving into learning as much as I can around raising small people and the nuances around sleep and those struggles. So it just felt very sort of true to me, to my experience, what I was doing before. The only reason I stepped away from that role was to take maternity leave, and it just happened that the company went through some big structural changes whilst I was away, and there just wasn't a role left for me to return to, which was absolutely fine and has given me opportunities to pursue other passions kind of similarly in and around a similar role. Question 2 was around challenging people. One of the challenges that I faced in that previous role when I was working alongside the business coaching program was actually working with the CEO. She is someone who I loved dearly to work with, and she's a wonderful human being. But there were certainly some challenges in the role. So things like if we were going into a push for doing some lead gen, or we needed to get some content created, some of the challenges I would face would be kind of to be holding her accountable to sort of get what we needed. And the challenges generally came from people doing the people-y things, kind of bringing our own stuff to the table. And the way we navigated those challenges, so for example, let's say I was waiting for a video to be recorded so that we could, progress with the lead gen plan, but it wasn't happening. The way that I was always able to deal with it was to connect with that person and to find out, what was actually going on. So looking at what's the emotion that's driving that behavior of that particular person at that particular time. So that we could best understand what was needed to be put in place so that we could progress and that we could move forward. Because it was very much about, understanding kind of what was going on, about why maybe something wasn't happening. So it was very much tied to who we're being, what we were bringing to the table, and finding that balance between what was needed at that time, to help and support that person, because the challenging behavior that we were seeing wasn't that they weren't a good person, it wasn't that they were a bad person, it was simply being able to understand what was driving their behavior if we were sort of in a moment of conflict. And I'm going to keep this as close to the 5-minute mark as I can. The last question was something that make something fun about myself. So So when I was thinking about fun things about myself, I was instantly go to the activities and the stuff that I love to do. So I'm very much an outdoors person. I absolutely adore snowboarding, and I'm a qualified snowboard instructor. I adore yoga and I adore mountain biking. Anything that gets me outside, preferably in mountains and woods and forests, is where I feel most at home and at peace. And I love that my son is proving to very much be the same. But interestingly, I did ask a friend of mine something fun about me so that I could get her opinion. And the thing she said that was fun about me was that when we go mountain biking together, that when we're going down hills, I go, wee! So basically, I'm just a big kid having fun on bikes, going down hills. And that was what her feedback was for what makes me fun. I'm at 6 minutes. I will send this. Thank you so much for the opportunity to apply, and I hope you will consider my application, and I look forward to maybe hearing from you soon.